Hi and welcome to our video on lessons from lockdown. Today we're looking at lesson number 4. The leader's role is not to show and tell. It is to release the ideas and potential of their people. So my name is Joe Nagel, Innovation Director at the Innovation Beehive, and I'm delighted to share this lesson with you. So there was no playbook for COVID-19. No one had all the answers. Leaders had to manage constantly evolving data and make rapid decisions. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, the thing about these decisions, because there was a rapidly evolving situation, leaders knew that the moment their decision was made, they might have to change it. And that's hard for leaders. They're not used to that. They're used to that kind of certainty. We're used to that sort of certainty where we can say, this is the direction we're going in and we're going to keep going in that. You know, there's that terrible phrase, the U-turn, that is used with politicians all the time. Well, of course, there are going to be U-turns and changes in policy when the situation evolves so much. And actually, we shared with our clients a tool that has been invaluable to them, which was actually used in the Second World War by fighter pilots. It's called the OODA loop, and it stands for observe, orientate, decide, and act. And it's a loop because once you've acted, you then go back to observing, either to look at the impact of your action or to look at the new data that's evolved and emerged since you made your decision to act. So that's observe, orientate, decide, and act. And if you practice this loop, you can be more transparent with your people, which is fantastic for leaders who are trying to release the ideas and potential of their people, because it enables them to take their people with them through constantly evolving situations. You know, you need to ask yourself this question as a leader: what do you do when no one knows what to do? That's a key question to ask, and the OODA loop helps you answer that, because it gives you a framework and you can announce to your people, you can share with your people that this is the framework you're using, and you're asking for their input on the observation part, on the decision part potentially, and certainly on the action part. And you're asking for them to bear with you as the decisions might need to change. Not only when you're thinking about this question of what do we do when no one knows what to do, and when you're thinking about the OODA loop, not only do you need to practice this decision-making process, but it's also worth taking inspiration from the startup community and, you know, looking at something like startup leadership, which is based on the startup mindset from Eric Ries. So startup leadership is all about building a potential solution, testing it or measuring it, and then iterating. So you build, you test, you learn, and then iterate. You build, you test, you learn, and then iterate. It's another form of loop, really, but it's the point at which you're deciding what to do that you use this build, test, learn approach. And that's a fantastic tool for leaders to think about the OODA loop and to think about build, test, and learn. And leaders who practice that through lockdown have been able to be much more agile, and their organizations have been more agile as a result. The constant need to iterate and change course in public showed us that leadership is not about having all the answers. We learned what worked through failing fast. We developed solutions to hitherto unheard of challenges by crowdsourcing and asking for the wisdom of our people. We learned what being a leader is really about. And this is lesson number 4 from lockdown. The leader's role is not to show and to tell. Certainly not to have all the answers. The leader's role is to release the ideas and the potential of their people. So here's my challenge to you. How can you go back to your team, go back to your organization, and encourage them to have the ideas, to come to you with the solutions, rather than having all the answers and giving them all the solutions? So great. Feel free to share your insights into this on our social channels. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. You'll also find all of these videos on YouTube. Look out for the rest of the series on all of our social media channels, and be sure to download the white paper on lessons from lockdown if you haven't already. Thanks everyone, have a great day, and check out another video tomorrow.